All right, so here you go. All those other wins. Tell you what, Rams say you can have all those. We'll take the one we got here. This was the important one. This is the one that sends the Rams to the Super Bowl. This one had to hurt for the 49ers. And afterwards, here's their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Can you kind of take us through the emotions of the hug outside the locker room with John Lynch and just what it was like in there and what you're feeling?
Yeah, it was, like you'd imagine, it was tough. But, hell of a game out there. I mean, it's a good team. Tip your hat to the Rams. But, yeah, it was an emotional locker room, like you'd expect. But it's, it's a tough one.
Jimmy, a lot to be proud of this season, especially this week. How did it feel to have your teams talk about you that way and to be able to lead your team to an NFC championship, even though everything was happening behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think, I love this team. I've said it before to you guys, but just everything we've been through, starting with the offseason into training camp. I mean, it was a roller coaster every year. It really was. But we fought through it. I mean, good teams, we're a resilient team, and that's what good teams do. You fight through things like that and come out better on the other end from it.
Jimmy, you've been very on really well the last few days for sure. What happened in the last two series? You have a delay. You have obviously the interception. What was going on in those last two series?
Yeah, just some bad execution. It just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. There's a million things. I won't get into all of them, but that's a tough way to end it. Especially just the way we battled that whole game. It was, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. It always is against these guys, and it's a tough one.
You've been very honest about how any of these games could be potentially your last one with the Niners. How much does those emotions seep in a moment like this?
They hit pretty hard in the locker room. I think these next couple of days they'll really start to settle in a little bit. Emotions are high after a game, win or loss, and it's just it's one of those things you got to be glad it happened. Just smile from it and think about the good things. We'll see what happens in these next couple of days, weeks, whatever. But I love this team. Just the fight and the battle in this team throughout the entire year has been really impressive, and I love those guys.
You know how difficult it is to get to the Super Bowl. How does this feeling, this loss, compare to anything you've experienced in your career?
It's tough. It's tough. It's probably a little different than most of them. Just how much we put into this year. Guys. Since the last time we played the Rams, the injury list that guys have played through during the playoffs this run, it's insane. And I'm sure every team's going through it. But you just when it's your team and you're in it with them. You see it firsthand, just guys battling through stuff. Trent Williams, Elijah Mitchell, and the list goes Debo. The list goes on and on. It's impressive what we accomplished, and obviously it came up short, but it was a fun year.
George mentioned just how the Rams would blitz through certain guys when you guys would go in motion to stop the run game. Did you notice anything that they were doing differently this game? And then my follow-up would be, what did you think about the 4th and 2 decision to punt?
Yeah, they had a couple new things, new tweaks in the run game. Coverages were a little different too, but when you play a team for the third time, you got to expect something like that, and it worked pretty well for them. What was the second part?
The decision to punt on 4th and 2. How did you feel about that?
That's not my decision to make. Whatever Kyle decides, it's his choice.
Jimmy, how did you just manage? The fact that there's an expectation that there's a ticking clock. That this is your last year and go through all. How did you just manage that day to day and week to week?
I don't know. A lot of good people around me. A lot of good people in this organization, players, just people in general. But just surround yourself with good people, and good things will take care of themselves. Say it again, sorry.
How unique and special is this roster?
It's very unique. I'm sure every team, kind of says that a little bit, but when you meet these guys and get to know them, love them like brothers, it's a great group. It's a great group. Love being with them every day, battling, fighting, going to war with these guys. It was a fun year.
Debo had a couple of good, really nice big plays, but how do you feel his effectiveness overall and how he was used by the offense today?
Today? I thought it was good. You tip your hat to that guy. His conditioning is outrageous to do what he does. Kickoff return, running back, receiver, everything. He had an incredible catch and run today on that screen. I thought he played his ass off. He has all playoffs, all season. Just, he's one of those guys I love to have in my foxhole.
last one? Said it was a fun year. Is that just basically based off those last 3 wins, kind of really exemplified that, how you guys pulled it out? I mean, nobody was really necessarily expecting it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of that's kind of our year in a nutshell. You know, we were 3-5 at one point. People wrote us off. And we just kept fighting. That's what good teams do. That's what tight brothers do. And you know, I got no regrets from this year. Thanks, guys.
All right, Jimmy G decked out in some gold, but he'll have to settle for the bronze, and perhaps he'll have to settle for another jersey next season. We'll see what direction the 49ers do plan to go, but here's what it looked like in the fourth quarter. Outscored 13-0, just 3 of 9 for Jimmy, including that INT that sealed things up for LA to send them to Super Bowl 56.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.